There's 5 ways to get a listing from one of the buyers you have right now. Let's jump into the 5 strategies that we need to be playing with right now in a low inventory environment. So I think this is probably going to be the most important listing attraction strategy that we need to be paying attention to and getting action on. Number 1 strategy is contacting your past clients and your sphere in the city that your buyer wants to move into. Here's what happened to me. I had a buyer and they wanted to look into the San Alejo Hills community. It took me 20 minutes to drive all the way over, 20 minutes to drive all the way home from the showing. By the time I got home and I went, wait a minute, why didn't I call all of my great sphere, my friends in San Alejo Hills on the way out and say, hey, I've got these great couple. They're interested in moving into San Alejo Hills. Do you know anyone who's thinking about selling in the neighborhood that I should be talking to? And oh, by the way, maybe we should grab a beer after my appointment, right? These are my friends. This is my sphere. We also have past clients that I've sold in the community. And on the way home, I probably should have called them too and said, hey, I've got this great new couple who's looking at buying in San Alejo Hills, just like you. Can you do me a huge favor? Do you know anyone who's thinking about selling in the neighborhood, in the community? Would you please let me know? Ding, ding, ding. What a great opportunity. Totally missed. In a low inventory environment, critical. Let's go take a look at number 2. As we all know, the great buyer letter. This is probably one of the most successful direct mail marketing campaigns that's existed in the real estate industry for getting listing appointments. I have a buyer. In the Tom Ferry coaching world, we commonly refer to this as the yikes flyer. And basically what this is, it would say you have a letter that says, hey, homeowners, buyer family, Bob and Susie and their great dog Spike absolutely love San Alejo Hills niche community. I am their agent. If you or anyone you know is thinking about selling their home, they absolutely would love the opportunity. Give me a call. That's it. Picture of Bob and Susie, right? Okay. And that letter has been hugely successful as long as I've been paying attention to direct mail for the last 7 years. Booked thousands of appointments. We need to be executing that right now. Okay. Next, strategy number 3 is your expired, cancels, and withdrawals. So here's what happened. I have a buyer who was looking for a very niche community. It's like, I want an acre, I want privacy, and I want a view of the lake, and I want it to be in this tiny little segment. And I was like, oh man, this is gonna take forever for me to sell that. So then what I did is I went into the MLS and I just looked up expired, canceled, withdrawn, plus sold. And I just said, well, let's just take a look. I went back 1 year and then I sorted the MLS sheet by the street address so I can see if it expired or if it canceled and then if it sold. And I just looked down and I was like, oh, look at that. Oh, wait, that property, it didn't sell and it was canceled. Then I go over to the MLS, take a look at it, and I might see an opportunity for my buyer, which would be great. And if it wasn't an opportunity for my buyer, well, then why don't I A, call them, B, send them that buyer letter to see if I can get them to call me from the buyer letter. Yeah, maybe. Okay. So again, and for those of you that really just are committed to getting that buyer in, I have sold a property this way. It was a withdrawn in a very niche community. I just called the agent and said, hey, any chance that your sellers would want to sell that? She said, yeah, that's crazy. We had it rented for 2 years. And we just served the notice to the tenants that we're going to sell the property 60 days from now. I said, can I show it? She said, absolutely yes. Showed the property, wrote the offer. We put the property under contract. It never hit the MLS. Okay, so that helped my buyer, but this strategy also could get you listing appointments, which would be great. Now, let's take a look at strategy number 4. Let's get more listings for rents. What do you mean? Well, we can go take a look at the for rent properties in the MLS. Okay, lot of states and areas, they list properties for rent in the MLS, and you can go back and you can look at all of the for rent properties, and we can take a look at the owner's tax address, create a nice list, send the letter. That letter's coming in handy, isn't it? You could also call and just check in with them. Hey guys, I know you've got that property on Banana Street. I'm a local agent. I've got a great buyer family who's absolutely trying to get into the neighborhood. Any chance that you'd be open to selling that property when the tenant's out? What are they going to say? They're like, yeah, great. Okay. Now, we can also look at the for rent by owners. Okay. So on Zillow, a lot of homeowners have put up their properties for rent, and also in Craigslist and a bunch of the different services. Now, I do believe that Vulcan 7, RedX, LandVoice are all providing the for rent by owner, and they're providing that data into their service. So check out the links in my description for those services and see if that would be very helpful for you. Okay. So here we are. Last thing is really just, I would say, for the buyer, just call a bunch of your agent friends and ask them if they know anyone who's considering selling their house. So that's not going to get you listings, but that's definitely going to get you a good success with your buyer. And here we are, grand finale. If we can get that buyer into the community because you did this extra effort, right, and you found them an off-market opportunity, that buyer is going to refer you to all of the neighbors because of the effort that you put in getting you even more listings. And it for sure will ensure that that buyer is going to use you if they have to sell that home because of all that effort. So here we are. There's plenty of listings at the end of the rainbow when you execute the I have a buyer strategy to get more listings. Take a look at any and all of the playlists and see if there's any playlist that would be helpful for you. I would love your feedback. Which in the comments below, please let me know which strategy makes the most sense that you should be getting after right now. If you've had any success with any of those strategies like I have, please put that in the comments to encourage others to get after it. Have an awesome day. Let me know how I can help you.